Hello.
Welcome or welcome back.
I'm Aaron Bell.
And I'm Kenny Pooh.
And we are Potty Mouth.
So, we're going to pretend that we didn't record this 18 million times before we're starting it, but it's fine.
Some technical difficulties.
Just a little bit. Not July 3rd right now, but it is July 3rd when this comes out, which also happens to come out before July 4th weekend. And if you're new here, I may or may not have been born on the 4th of July, so I share a birthday with Marika. Chi-chi.
Also, I promise you I'm in a good mood. My head just hurts, so I literally look like I don't want to be here. It's just that my head hurts.
Spruce up the video. Add some like eagle screeches and eagles flying fireworks. Spruce it up, make it not look so like. And it's also like it's kind of cheaty.
I told you to stink.
Oh. Stinky.
You're just stinky little girl.
I have to open doors.
Yeah, she smells like poo-poo caca.
That's fine. But last year we did some 4th of July Reddit stories. I was not able to find one that quite topped the chaos that we had read. But I did find a few, and then I found one decently length one that had a lot of details that was pretty good. That was pretty good that I'm gonna read. We have anything from unusual 4th of July traditions, for crazy, funny, sad 4th of July stories, funniest 4th of July stories, etc. For the 4th of July every year, for us at least, we have a thing that we call the White Trash Birthday Bash. Because my husband's birthday is the week before mine, and then there's mine, and then we have another friend's birthday who's also on the 4th of July. We have a few friends that have birthdays in June, right after my birthday in July, so we're just kind of like, we call it the White Trash Birthday Bash. It's essentially Alex and I's birthday party, but we have it White Trash or July 4th theme. But yeah, I'm semi-excited. I mean, it's not as big this year. Like, my cousin moved to Tennessee. And then we have some other friends that aren't able to make it this year. So I was just like, we're just gonna keep it small and keep it family and like a couple friends.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
But that doesn't mean that we're not gonna go all out, because we may or may not have spent a pretty penny on fireworks. But what's the 4th of July without fireworks? We may or may not make disgusting faces if Chi-Chi keeps herself.
She keeps pooping.
But me as in I will read. First we have this is from Grump Lord 69.
Period.
From 4 years ago.
Same girl.
This is, what are some of your odd or unusual 4th of July traditions? This one's kind of definitely odd.
I run a train on my wife.
Growing up, my parents had this tradition. We did this for years. So my brothers and I gather up pots and pans. Then we would go into the backyard and bang on them with kitchen utensils for like 20 minutes, yelling and wooing. I thought everyone did this as kids, but after bringing it up, it turns out nobody did it. This was just some poor people shit that my parents came up with to do on the 4th of July every year. I don't know. I mean,
for 20 minutes?
For just 20 minutes.
That's some stamina, because the way I would do it for like 4 hits and be like, all right, I'm done. This is annoying me.
That is a wee bit strange.
Hopefully they're in BFE, because if they're in the city doing that the way, I would hate to be their neighbor.
But I feel like that would easily become like a meme. After the first year, if they came back for another next year banging on pots and pans.
They got to prepare for the neighbors to start doing their around 4th of July.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was definitely odd and unusual. This one is BL Lime from 15 years ago. Some of these are crazy.
The internet was a thing back then?
Literally for somebody, because this was from r/askreddit. Any funny, crazy, sad 4th of July stories for 15 years ago, and for this person to not be a deleted user.
Oh, slay.
So, this one says, this is a story told to me by my girlfriend's dad and confirmed by some of his friends. Sometime in the 80s, in our small town in the rural Northeast, my girlfriend's dad and his friends in their late teens/early 20s were drinking on the 5th of July. Apparently, not content to party only on the 4th. One thing led to another, and they ended up attaching a boat trailer with the boat on it to a lawn tractor.
Sounds about right.
They then filled the boat with water, and while one person got on the tractor, the rest got into the water-filled boat with several coolers of beer. They all continued drinking and hooting and hollering as their portable pool made its way slowly down the street. People they passed waved and cheered to them. They made their way to Main Street of our little village, which contains a number of stores and restaurants in its busiest part of town. And they realized that they were out of beer. They pulled the lawn tractor/boat up in the front of the corner store, and one of them tossed the anchor over the side onto the pavement. Someone went inside the store and bought beer, and then they hauled in the anchor and continued their way down Main Street and through the one-stop light in our town. By the time they had reached the gas station, just several hundred yards from the corner store, they'd run out of beer again, and they were low on gas. They pulled up to a pump, tossed the anchor over the side again, filled up the lawn tractor with gas, and bought more beer. As they continued their way down the street, the town's one police officer came by on his rounds and turned on his blue lights. They pulled the tractor/boat over, tossed the anchor over the side again, and waited as the officer came up to them. He asked, "What are you boys doing?" They replied, "We're looking for the 4th of July parade, sir." The officer then said, "You're late a day. It is the 5th," and told them to go home. As they head home, they began lighting off bottle rockets and firecrackers from the boat pool, and my girlfriend's dad ended up burning his hand pretty badly.
I love drunk people in a podunk town.
I can just imagine that town being yeah. Like, the literal one-stop, town. Everybody knows everyone. You're like, "Oh, yep, Timmy's on his again." Not but to throw the boat anchor over the boat, but you have water in the boat as being pulled by a tractor.
Very classy. I love that for them. This is so heavy.
Okay, so here is another one from Americans for the 4th of July coming up. What is your funniest story from the 4th of July? This one's from the Judge 00 5 years ago. I went to Phantom Fireworks in South Carolina and spent almost $3,000 on a massive display for my neighborhood. My family noticed some of the small items were missing, so I ducked off to the side of the garage and watched the table while my buddy was grilling. My neighbor crept up and tried to steal a box of sparklers. So when he picked it up, I lit a jumbo Roman candle and shot him with it a few times. His high-pitched oohs and oh shits were incredibly funny.
Jesus.
That's what you get for stealing the fireworks.
You got sticky fingers, I'm bombing you. No, because that's crazy. Get your fat fingers off my shit. Fireworks are so expensive. We were at, I don't know if it was Walmart or where the I was at, but it was like one big firework. It was like this tube thing, $26. I'm like,
pretty penny, but I feel like we also got a lot of because we also had discounts and all that stuff. But so, it was still expensive. But this is from CZON3 from 5 years ago from the same little subreddit. One of our neighbors got mad because our fireworks could land in his pool. They hadn't, but we offered to clean it off, they hadn't, but we offered to clean it if it did happen. He told us to stop, but we didn't because they were ours, and it wasn't really a problem. He called the cops. He explained the situation, and then he was fined for misuse of a 911 line. Never heard a thing about our fireworks from him ever again.
I feel like people forget that you shouldn't call 911. You
Literally,
should call the police department and file a
the
complaint.
non-emergency
You
line.
f***ons. You shouldn't go, oh my god, my neighbor. Sir, this is not an emergency.
Yeah.
Shut the f*** up. Goodbye.
Yeah.
People piss me off.
This one's from a deleted user 15 years ago from the same Any Funny Crazy Sad Fourth of July stories. My grandmother lived out in the Great Lakes area. She said that she was lonely and moving out to be with the rest of the family and informed us so in a letter. She was also excited because, as a goodbye present, her roommate bought her a night in the presidential suite at a hotel that had a direct view of one of the largest fireworks displays in her area. It was her dream to sit out on the balcony and sip wine while she watched the fireworks, and her roommate gave it to her as a gift. We found out at about 7 a.m. July 5th that my grandmother had been brutally murdered in a murder/suicide. Her roommate was actually completely mentally unstable and didn't want my grandmother to move away. She used the extra hotel room key to get into the room where she shot my grandmother 5 times at point blank range with a 12-gauge shotgun before turning the gun on herself. The police said that she planned it for the 4th of July because the fireworks masked the sound of the gunfire. I had a hard time celebrating the 4th ever since then.
That was her dream.
Yeah. TLDR, my grandmother was murdered on the 4th by a jealous friend. That's why her roommate.
Oh
and there's a grandma.
my god.
That's wild.
I
Also,
don't.
how did she get into a hotel with a shotgun? Granted, also that. Well, I guess
They don't check.
This was 15
They don't.
years ago. Plus,
They don't check your luggage.
Yeah, I guess this is much longer than 15 years ago because if it happened before 15 years ago, so this would be like a while ago.
Just be like, what's his face from Euphoria and cut the shock. Make it a short. I don't know why he did that. Why would you do that? Why would you cut the barrel of a shotgun? Does it do anything? Does it make it?
Well, you can put stuff on it to make them quieter and all that.
Oh no, he just cut the barrel off. I don't know if it was to fit in like a bag without being super sus, because obviously those guns are huge. I feel like that's the only thing I could think of was just so it could be in a bag.
Illegal, I'm pretty sure, to actually
to modify your weapons. Your weapons.
This one is from 3 years ago. This is from Malicious Compliance.
Period.
/malicious compliance.
I already like this one.
User the Lightning Count 1. And the title is, you demanded my entire team to be at the office for the 4th of July. Fine. Enjoy paying for the office party.
Period.
And this is labeled XL because it's a large story. So this starts out on Monday, June the 13th. As I received an email from a VP not over my department or bad VP, I am told that my team will be required on the 4th. I politely tell them no, that our team had been scheduled this day off and people already have plans.
You know what's funny? Somewhere along the grapevine, I've heard this story.
Have you?
Yes. I think I know what this one is. Continue.
Really?
Yes. Continue.
My team is the IT team, and as many of you know, IT team gets shafted every time it can be shafted by any company. So for the course of the week, I let my team know what was happening. I let them know I have been reaching out to higher-ups to fix it. I also tell them that if their plans are ruined, I will make it right at work. Over the course of 3 meetings, it starts to look like things will not go my way. In response, I sent an email to the CEO of the company.
Period.
All my higher-ups know I was going to do this and said I should do this as he is a very family-oriented and that he would not allow anyone to work on a national holiday.
Yeah, I've heard the story for sure.
Well, he is on vacation in the Bahamas until the 6th. But his assistant informed me that he would look into this after he gets back. Repeatedly slams head into desk. So I tell everyone that it will be a work from home and that I would be setting my cell phone as priority in the call routing. Meaning, I would get most of the calls. To be honest, I was expecting almost 0 calls, especially since I was asked to send out the notification that IT support would cover the 4th of July. I never sent that email out. A day later, I was given another outrage. I was told in an email that my employees would be required to be at the office and that no one was allowed to work from home. They would be checking the door badges to verify that we were at the office. I asked why in an email, and they said that they wanted to make sure that no one was playing video games at work. We normally work from home about 2/3 of the week, and video game playing is a normal occurrence at work. So I walked into the person's office after a very long conversation where she was losing the logic war with me. She told me that it's just IT. You guys don't have lives. No, I'm not kidding you. This is exactly what they told me. I reported this to my VP, who said, I will take care of this. It likely won't be until after the 4th, so get creative. I know this man well. We have worked together a long time, and get creative is code for corporate f***ery.
Love that for him.
I asked the person requiring us to be at the office if they cared if we had an office party. They said no, as long as it did not interfere with the call flow. Even suggested using my new company card to pay for it. Go wild. Pro tip, never tell me to go wild.
Don't tell anybody to go wild.
Never be like,
That's a bad situation.
have
You're
a
setting
credit
yourself
card?
up.
Okay.
You are setting yourself up if you're telling someone, go wild.
At this point, it was Tuesday the 21st. I let everyone know what's up, but that I have something planned. I asked who had things planned for that day. 2 people told me they were planning to shoot off fireworks with their family, but the rest were planning barbecues with friends. I wrote up an email to the VP over my department and the bad VP. I tell them that I will let everyone know. We all were expected to work until 8 p.m. on Monday. Per the conversation with the bad VP, I'll be having an office party as a sort of sorry to the guys and gals who got shafted by this decision. The bad VP replied again, thank you for your understanding. Also, yes, I would expect an office party if I had to work the 4th of July as well. So go out and enjoy your time. Use your new company credit card if you need to cover a few expenses.
A few.
Also, I should not have to remind you or anyone else, no fireworks or alcohol on company property. So now it's time to tell you about my office. See, a while back, the IT team was moved from the main corp office into a smaller building by itself. It has a nice gaming back room, a decent-sized gym, and a full-on drink bar. Soft drinks, mind you, no alcohol at work. Out back is a big patio that crosses county lines as soon as you cross a small creek. A creek that just so happens to have a footbridge over it leading to an empty field. I start making phone calls. Monday, June the 25th. I call up everyone into an hour-early meeting that morning. I explained to them that I will be making it right. I asked everyone to invite their friends and family to the office. No supplies will need to be brought by anyone. I tell them that this will be a non-alcoholic, but I will be planning something for everyone. I told them to expect all food to be provided and that they don't need to bring anything unless they want to bring some fireworks. They won't have to spend a dime. The 4th comes, and the entire day we did absolutely no work. No calls came in, no tickets. Well, 7 calls did come in, out from the same person. It was from the bad VP. She was calling to make sure that we were manning the phones. All of us were playing video games or watching movies. 6 p.m. rolls around and everyone was told that the food was ready. People were expecting hot dogs, hamburgers, maybe a bratwurst or 2. What they got was a full barbecue feast with pizza and other foods. There was smoked brisket, spare ribs, smoked sausage, smoked turkey, both kinds of tater salad, coleslaw, green beans with bacon and onion, potatoes au gratin, pizza from 2 different places, excellent hamburgers, and bratwurst hot dogs. On the dessert side was cake, very good cookies, 4 different kinds of pies, and about 2 pounds of fudge.
Fudge!
Family and friends started showing up around 6:15ish, and brought alcohol, but I told them they need to leave it in their cars and that I was not that crazy. Some were not too happy about that, but agreed as it was a free dinner from random strangers. So, Let me set the scene for you. I am out there with all calls routed to my cell phone, and everyone just having a good time. We have a ton of people that just enjoying the fun night, chatting about random stuff, eating the food, and occasionally lighting off some sparklers or throwing firecrackers into the stream. It's not stocked and only about 1 foot deep. My VP, not the bad VP, mind you, showed up with his family and brought some water balloons for the kids and man children. Around 8:30 p.m., it's getting dark, and the people want to shoot off more than the simple sparklers and firecrackers that we'd been using. The VP over the IT department had everyone cross the footbridge, over county line, and off company property, mind you, and we set up a big wooden board using it as our launch pad. They're not on company property, so we fired off what we had for about an hour or two and sort of just hang out for a little while. At around this time, people were tired and ready to go home. I told people to take home leftovers within reason. We clocked out at 8 and no one left until about 10:30. The bad VP did call once more while we were out back at the party. It was at 7:50 and she called asking for status update. My exact words were, well, you were the only one to call us today. The rest of us are on the back patio enjoying the 4th of July shindig. She simply acted like my boss and said, as long as no alcohol or fireworks on company property, I don't care. We ate roughly half the food catered. The rest was taken home. A small group volunteered to stay behind to clean up, including my VP. We had a funny conversation about how this will make waves with the bosses. But he said he had my back and asked how much it cost. I gave him a sideways look, which made him laugh. Tuesday morning, I submitted the expense report to my VP. The email will inevitably make its way over to the bad VP and the chain of the CIO of the company. It would be a bad idea to give out the exact cost of the party, mind you, but I can tell you that because of this 4th of July party, new rules were put into place. Any expenses over $4,000 or more must be approved by the direct supervisor, VP over the department, and full expense report must be sent to the financial department for review after the fact. Hint, party cost over $6,000. The barbecue was the most expensive part. I did not order from a low or mid
grand.
But he never really said like how many people. But if he's talking about an office,
You're talking about also friends of friends.
Yeah.
Family of friends.
But how much did you cater though? He said about.
Yeah, but girl, catering can be so expensive. And if he's saying that he didn't get no bare minimum fucking plays.
And they also only ate about half the food.
Oh, because he probably loaded the fuck up.
I did not order from a low or mid-tier place. The place I ordered from has consistently been on the top 10 in the DFW listing for the last 30 years. I ate at that place so much I made friends with the owner. The best barbecue I ever had. The pies and cakes were custom made by a bakery and the cookies were made by a boutique cookie place. I had 12 packs of Coke, Coke Zero, Dr. Pepper Zero, Pepsi, and Pepsi Zero. I bought 5 pepperoni, 5 sausage, 5 cheese, 5 Hawaiian, and 8 cheeseburger pizzas from one place, and nearly the same number from another place. Excluding the cheeseburger ones, I subbed those out for a different specialty pizza from the other pizza place. He's getting into detail here. Hold on, there's more.
That reminds me of that one was this, that video, 55 burgers, 55 milkshakes. Yeah.
Or what? Like it was a trend. They would like go through and they'd be like, "Hi, welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?" And they're like, "Yeah, I need 55 burgers, 55 burgers, 55." And they're like, "What?" And like they would go to like different places. So the burgers were from an excellent burger place that did catering. I know that owner well. He brought his kids for the night of fun. He heard that it was going to be happening. He was also the one who brought the brat dogs, as he recently added those to his menu. This was the most expensive office party in the history of the company, and the only things more expensive than this were some of the business meetings that the CEO rented private rooms and high-end restaurants for. As for the CEO, he was outraged. Not at the cost of the party, mind you. He knew that the party would not have been necessary if people had been allowed to go home. He was outraged that IT was the only group required to work that day when I submitted the log showing how we received no real phone calls, no service requests, and that we basically watched movies and played video games during our shift. He had heard enough. He apparently sent out an email about work-life balance, the importance of our holidays to every upper management. It was kind of funny as people wanted me to get in trouble for what I did, but the reality is other departments have done similar things in the past, just not at the scale of what the IT did. The bad VP was admonished quite effectively and sent me an apology email. I forwarded it to the team with a strong hint to not reply. Then my VP let the CIO and CEO know about what the bad VP said. You guys don't have lives. The bad VP did actually confirm that she said it in a meeting with her EVP. It did not go over well. I have never heard people yelling in an office meeting like that before. The CEO of the company came to her office and yelled at her. Not sure if she was fired, but she wasn't in work today. In Active Directory, she does not have the down arrow of death, so not 100% what happened to her. I know she lost whatever clout she had with the company with her attitude, though. If anything more happens, I'll update, but so far it looks like the fallout from this I caused a new rule to be put into place with how much you're allowed to spend at one time. The bad VP may or may not be let go / forced to resign. I know she got yelled at. Strangely, there's now no longer any pushback for my bid to get everyone back to working from home. Please ask me where the restaurants are. I'm not doxing myself.
Yeah, I've heard that story before.
Somebody said,
I don't know.
go ahead.
I don't know if it was Smosh or if it was Two Hot Takes or if it was a fucking landed on her toes, or if it was like a thing from TikTok.
Right. I haven't heard it, so that's why I was like, okay. Somebody said, can I work for you? This is f***ing magical. But $6,000 for a party. The catering. And that many pizzas. I mean, granted, they did say that like half of them were eaten and that he sent food home with people.
He had to send 20 pizzas home.
No, literally. That's wild. Because somebody said it probably helps that CEO, who was also on vacation during the 4th, took their side. I'm sure employees were probably very appreciative when upper management makes sure to look out for them. That's crazy. No, but like, for somebody to be like, you have to work on the 4th, like thinking, like obviously they didn't give like exact like who they work for, what kind of like phone calls they were getting.
Mm-hmm.
But since they never got any phone call, they received seven phone calls from the bad.
That must be the one that has no life, because why are you calling that many times during the 4th of July?
Like, is she just like sour about it?
She's miserable and wants to make sure everyone else is miserable. That's all that is.
That's funny. So awesome. Cause a new rule to be put in place about how much you were allowed to spend at one time. At one time.
At one time.
Ugh.
Come here.
Pickle.
Yeah, for our party, it's like Alex usually gets the most drunk and everything before I even have time to even think about taking a sip of my first alcoholic beverage, which I rarely get drunk. I think my birthday is the only time that I ever get intoxicated, if I even allow myself to, if I don't have to babysit some people. But I said this year, my birthday is actually on, like, this is the first year, this is our 4th year doing it, so it's the 4th annual
Sit.
White Trash Birthday Bash.
Gigi. Oh.
No. But no. I said since the party is on my actual birthday, that I would like to enjoy and celebrate on my actual birthday and actually be able to, like, not stress about where the kids are, like
Yeah.
where the husband is, how drunk the husband is. Last year I don't even think I made a plate of food until like an hour after everyone else ate because I was like all over the place. I was like making sure the kids had food, and so on and so forth. But we're hoping to have a little bit more of like a flow of things. Like Alex invited more neighbors this year. Like a couple more neighbors, especially since we're doing fireworks. But it's not like we invited the whole neighborhood. It's still gonna be like down low, like not down low, but like less people than usual, less friends. Well, on my part than usual, which I don't care. I'm like, then I don't have to try to run around and make sure I'm trying to socialize with everyone and everything. But I'm like I said, birthday party's actually on my birthday this year, so I do want to do that one TikTok trend with the candles and the birthday thing where they had um the candles and they had like it was like the 16 and then the person taking the video takes the one out and puts a two and then they start running. I'm like, I really want to do that trend just because I think it being chaotic with people doing cornhole and 4th of July outfits and everything. But I do have to make my tank top too. I usually wear my red, white, blue pants, which I'm gonna wear again. 3 years strong. And I got a new tank top. It's a red tank top, but I got a design that says I'm just here to bang, or for the bangs or whatever, with fireworks and stuff on it, because I was like white trash-ish, and 4th of July.
Slay.
Do you have any crazy fireworks stories? A lot of the ones that I didn't add in there were like, they're under like r/nursing, so it was like, what's the crazy 4th of July? And they're like, this kid came in and his hand looked like spaghetti, and like I was like, we're not gonna read those ones.
No, I can't do gory.
Yeah, some of them were like rough, so I was like, we'll just stick to like the one of each: funny, crazy, sad, wild, and then end off with that big old story. So. But yeah, let us know in the comments if you have any big 4th of July plans or what were your plans. You could totally tell me happy birthday in the comments too. I mean, just say it.
Yeah, tell Kitty Poopy happy birthday.
Say happy birthday! But I think that's all we have for today, and we have more to record. So that is all. Happy 4th of July. Be safe. Have fun. Drink lots. Eat lots.
Just don't drink and drive.
Yes, don't drink and drive. Also, please don't drink and set off boom booms. We got
Especially in your hand.
yeah.
Or on top of your head.
Or on top of your head. Yeah.
Or anywhere on your body.
Yeah. Would you? Yeah. Try not to shoot off fireworks into your neighbor's pool. They might get fined for misuse of electricity lines. Not the ice. But anyways, that is all for today, and we will catch you in the next one.
Bye.